Roll the intro.
Hot takes.
My name is Zach, and this is Ben, and welcome to Hot Takes.
Hot takes.
Hot Takes. Ben, this is a little bit late, but we got a bunch of hot takes for you about predictions, things that might happen before the end of the year.
Okay. 2025, the year of our Lord. What?
2025, the year of our Lord. Do you have anything you want to throw in here before I start going through a bunch of hot takes and seeing whether or not you can agree on them, elaborate on them, anything like that?
Yeah, anything I want to input here? Grow your beard out more. It's looking a little patchy.
Oh, you thinking this is going to be like a personal thing, like personal for me? Things I can control? You think I'm going to make you a list that says, here's a bunch of hot takes, predictions for the year. And it's all things I can do. Effort?
Yeah.
All right. My first hot take is the King of England dies, and we all move on from it in about a week.
Oh, that's absolutely happening. You see that motherfucker, bro? He is an ancient guy. He's an ancient guy.
Have you seen that man's hands?
No.
Go do yourself a favor. I don't know if you want to do this now or in post, but Google the King of England's hands. They're like inflated. It's weird.
Like that.
They're like big inflated purpley sausage-looking things. It's very weird.
Is it like the guy from GTA 3 whose like hands were like dipped in fat and then like flipped backwards?
I have no clue what you're talking about. I got to be honest with you.
I get a bunch of Breaking Bad clips on and TikTok, and it makes me want to watch it, but I don't like care. Go ahead.
Is that interesting as someone that has never watched Breaking Bad? Do you find the clips entertaining?
Yeah, like I want to know like why is Hank and Walter why aren't they friends?
Oh, they were friends for a bit.
Right, well, that's the thing. That's the thing is why are they friends now? Whatst going on here? Yeah, well, don't tell me. You know, don't tell me. But I
start watching it. It'd be cool.
But no, but myth busted. He's fucking dying on September 21st, 2025.
September 21st. Okay, Elon Musk will do something to fall out of Donald Trump's friend circle.
Nobody even likes him. Nobody in the White House fucking likes him. Nobody likes him, period.
You know how like Mike Pence was once like on the inner.
Oh, you think he's gonna be like
and then now he's out. I'm sure there's still some conservatives that like Mike Pence, but he's not like Trump's not a fan anymore of Pence. Same thing with John Bolton, right? He was a big Trump guy for a while, and now he's like kind of anti-Trump. He did something that pissed him off, and then Trump got mad. Now they're not friends anymore. It seems to be, my point is, aside from like the very close-knit part of his circle, it seems to be people kind of will do something against him, and then they'll go, I get a load of this guy.
Here's what's going to happen.
And then stop being friends.
Elon Musk is going to lose so much money. And then Donald Trump won't kill him. Don't like him anymore. That's it.
All right, I'll just let that stand there.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. First, I just wanted to say I don't know what you were about to say, but it sounded like you just said Adolf, and I find that interesting.
What? You find that interesting? Well, we don't promote. It's not like we promote terrorist organizations.
Right. You're right.
Channel.
Well, yeah, I guess. But Trump is gonna stop. Elon is a fad. I said
that was
fad
kind
with
of
a D.
I
said a D.
don't know.
I said it was a D. That's fad with a D.
What are you thinking?
I don't know.
How else would you interpret that?
No. Well, I just think some people might call him.
Yeah, I don't get. I clearly am not smarter.
Well, you know about human effigies.
What, you just called me an effing gangster? What did you just call me?
An effing G. Yeah, you're an effing G. Go ahead.
We gotta get through this, Ben. This is hot takes. We gotta. This is
No, yeah.
We gotta
right.
get through.
Yeah.
We gotta get through the predictions of the year, Ben.
You're right.
All right.
Go ahead.
I got AI will finally do something unpopular enough to spark a widespread protest.
Nope.
This is not just people boycotting online, but people like actually getting a sign and going to the street.
AI is too poggers. It's going to take over our jobs.
AI is too poggers? Is that what you said?
It's too poggers. It's going to take our
X
jobs.
with the right hashtag, and you might get a lot of fucking...
Yeah.
All right, my next hot take. Steely Dan frontman Donald Fagen will not die in 2025.
That man's living forever. I don't know who it is, but I'm guessing he's old.
He's 77 years old.
Oh, that's not that old. He'll be fine.
You know, it's funny. I wrote that down before I looked up his age because I saw him live for the first. I saw him as Steely Dan live like 2 years ago, and I was like, "Holy shit, that guy's old." And then I looked up his age, and I thought the same thing. I was like, "That's not terrible," but I still included it in here because I thought it was funny.
Christopher Walken is like 81, and he is doing great.
Yeah, is he in anything recently?
Severance.
Is he? I haven't seen that.
Yeah, he's in Severance, which blew my mind when I saw him in Severance. But he talks like this still. He does still do this.
I hope he doesn't talk differently now. Yeah. What's funny about you bring that up about Severance, because Severance is a show that I've seen so popular recently, and I assume this must be how you feel about Breaking Bad, where it's so popular that I don't want to watch it. Right? People are talking about it so much that I'm like, I don't want to like that. But you saying Christopher Walken's in it is probably the best sales pitch, because I had no clue he was in it. Now I'm like, well, fuck, I kind of want to watch a new Christopher Walken thing. You know?
Yeah, no, I mean the cast of Severance is great. I don't feel that way with Breaking Bad though. I watched the first episode of Breaking Bad, which I've heard is a slow burn anyway. I mean, I heard that.
Oh yes, you told me about this. And I personally get that way where something will get popular, and I'll be like, I should like that.
I feel the same way.
I bet you I'd like that.
I feel the same way.
And then it'll get too popular, and I'm like, I don't know.
I am a kind of a bit of a trend chaser. Like I started playing Marvel Rivals here and there, which I was avoiding for the first like 6 months of its huge popularity. But I'm a bit of a trend chaser. But like there are certain things where everybody, like Monster Hunter Wilds, for example.
My girlfriend's a bit of a chubby chaser.
Whoa.
We got some pretty good hot takes here coming up.
Go ahead.
The next one's actually a pretty juicy one. I don't know if you're aware. We got some juicy ones coming up. But go ahead, say whatever bullshit you were going to say.
No, I was just going to say I Monster Hunter Wilds came out.
You look smart, by the way. So that's your side Zach or whatever.
Oh yeah, my side Zach. Monster Hunter Wilds came out, and I was not that interested in it. And then I watched gameplay, and I'm not that interested in it. And it's super popular, and I'm sure if I got into it, I might like it. But I just like can't care. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, next one. This one we can really dig into, I think. Grand Theft Auto 6 will not win Game of the Year.
Is it coming out next year?
Coming out this year still, supposedly. So I think your three options for it not winning Game of the Year is 1, it gets delayed, 2, Split Fiction wins it, or 3, some game that I don't know about yet comes out.
Pokemon Legends ZA will win it this year.
You think?
No.
What are the odds? Because I think kind of if you were to go to like Polymarket Bet or something, I bet you the odds would be Grand Theft Auto 6 winning Game of the Year. It seems like Rockstar, even though I have an affinity for all the two games I mentioned there, I think GTA 5 and Red Dead 2 both won Game of the Year, correct?
No? Could be. I'm not sure. At the Game Awards specifically is what you're talking about? Or you're just saying any Game of the Year?
I mean, I guess I'm saying at the Game Awards. But, if we're not, because I don't really know much about the award show myself, I guess we could rephrase this question as to GTA 5 or GTA 6 will be, I don't want to call it a flop, but people won't, it won't live up to the hype. Let's just rephrase it to that. GTA 6 will not live up to the hype. Let's rephrase the question to that. I think
GTA 6 will not live up to the hype because GTA 5 has been out for, 12 years at that point? 13 years at that point?
Going on 14, yeah.
So it won't live up to the hype for that reason, but also it won't win Game of the Year, not because it's not a good game, but because woke mind virus. People are going to be mad that it's a woman. Sorry, it's actually the exact opposite of the woke mind virus.
The Game Awards still feel pretty woke to me.
No, they are woke. It's the complete opposite of the woke mind virus. It's the fact that these people are going to not vote for it because they don't want to play as a woman as the main character in the campaign.
Oh, so you think that despite them being woke, they're still subconsciously sexist?
No. Sorry, no. I misspoke before. I'm saying the people voting are not going to vote as heavily for GTA because it's a woman as the main character. I think the game, if it was a male main character, it probably would have been Game of the Year.
But you're still saying they're woke. So you would agree with my last statement with that they're subconsciously sexist. Like they wouldn't go out and say that they're sexist, but they just have a bias.
I'm saying that they are like the people that are like, they call everything with a black person DEI. They're like those kind of people.
The people that vote in the Game Awards?
Yeah.
Really? I don't have that perception of the Game Awards, but also I don't really watch them.
It's user voted. So. I'm saying like a large portion of people will be like that. Yeah.
I see. That makes a lot more sense. Okay. Speaking of that, at least 2 more high-profile assassination attempts will happen this year. Notice I said attempts. I did not say successful.
I hope. Give me.
Who could those 2 be? I don't know. Elon, who did you think of?
I'm just gonna. That's
crazy.
I know you're gonna think. I know we're gonna talk about Elon.
I would never, buddy.
Elon is never being assassinated.
Buddy, whoa! I was not naming names on this sheet. Well, now, if you go to this channel and watch our other videos, especially the last one, you would know I would never suggest that someone die. I mean,
who are controversial people? Does it have to be politicians?
Another CEO, like another Luigi situation.
That'd be good.
It could be a celebrity, like a Princess Diana thing. I guess she wasn't really assassinated, but you get the picture.
Reagan could get killed.
Could be. That's your prediction?
Yeah, that Reagan will get killed for sure.
Like a Trump kid. Could be Biden. They took away Hunter Biden's Secret Service. It could be potentially an attempt on Hunter Biden.
And
then the left could use that as
I could see that. Yeah. Or like
a news host or something.
Nancy
or
Grace.
Maybe a podcaster.
I was thinking like Nancy Grace or like Anderson Cooper maybe.
All right. Do you have any other takes on that? Likely, so unlikely?
Like maybe like I don't know. We got.
If you give it a percent chance on like 0 to 100, what percent chance? We should have been doing that the whole time, but we can start.
There's like a 50% chance that happens because it's either going to be 1 or 2.
Oh, so that's a bitch answer. How about no 50? We can do 49 or 51. You can't do 50.
That's so stupid. Well, here's the thing: is that it's
to say 50%.
Well, it's 50% because there's definitely going to be one. It's just who knows if there's going to be a second one.
Definitely going to be one. Now that might be a hot take too.
Okay, so I'm thinking it's going to be like a lefty politician, like an AOC,
or like a Bernie, is going to be shot at. If someone doesn't hold the door for Bernie and he slips and dies, does that count as an assassination?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, certainly CNN would call it one.
Yeah, but that's all I got on that.
That was an attempt to appeal to right-wing people. I don't know.
We're casting a wide net here on the Regurgitated podcast. Yeah.
All right. Next hot take: Shedeur Sanders will be a top 3 pick in this year's draft.
Who?
Shedeur Sanders. He's Dion's kid.
Who's Dion?
What percent chance do you give Shedeur Sanders?
Who the fuck is Shedeur Sanders? Who's Dion? Who are these people?
Shedeur Sanders. He's Dion Sanders' son.
Who's Dion Sanders?
He is he in the Hall of Fame? I actually don't know, but he is a really well-regarded legendary cornerback in the NFL in the 90s.
So we are doing a football
thing. Now he's the head coach of the Colorado Buffaloes, and his son is going to get drafted next month, and potentially it's a very hot take. It's very interesting if you're into football to talk about where Shedeur Sanders will go. So, what percent odds would you give him going as a top 3 pick?
I want to just first say you said Shedeur Sanders, knowing that I wouldn't know, and then when I said who is Shedeur Sanders, you said, "Oh, it's Dion's kid," as if that made anything for me.
This is just my attempt to appeal to the sportsy nature of this segment with the music. I hope the music. I don't know how you're gonna. We have to put all the music in the background. I want the music. I just want this type of talk. Really, I just wanted this type of talk over that type of music, and that's really all I wanted.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen with Shedeur is that someone's going to just grab him and they're just going to hold Shedeur.
He's going to be one of the 2 high-profile assassination attempts. All right, let's move on.
That was a hold the door.
That was terrorist organizations or something crazy like that.
That was a hold the door reference. I was going to say hold Shedeur. Yeah,
hold the door Sanders because he's very polite.
Hold the door Sanders.
And he's humble.
Yeah, he's going to hold Shedeur for Sanders, which is he's going to trip and fall. There you go.
Fun search for you when you're done with this editing, Ben. Go on YouTube, look up Shedeur Sanders perfect timing, and just play
the video.
A 2-second clip of that.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we're only halfway through hot takes. Can you believe that?
I'm happy for that.
I wrote a lot of these because I thought, hey, this is going to go real quick. I'm actually happy we're talking about these. This might be the most successful segment I wrote out of any of these.
Okay.
Kanye West goes to jail for something.
No. It's not happening.
Actually incarcerated.
Because that would take. So here's the problem: is it would take too long. Because you'd go to trial and all that shit. That shit takes years, and it's not. He's not going to kill someone.
But like you would say, Diddy hasn't been found guilty of anything yet, but he's still in jail.
Oh, so you're thinking it's going to be something like that big.
Yeah, this. Well, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Let's say Kim gets a restraining order on one of the kids. He goes to try to be like, I can do whatever I want with my kids, and he goes and he like, I don't want to say takes the kid, but he like violates the like radius restraining order to try to see the kid, and then he ends up in jail for like a weekend.
I could see him like
it could be as simple as that. You know?
Yeah, I could see him like violating a restraining order or like knocking someone out, but like I don't see him being like incarcerated this year. I don't think he would do anything serious enough.
The spirit of this question is not, is he going away like to jail for an extended period of time? It's just simply because I don't think he's ever been actually to like a jail, even for like a weekend.
I'm thinking like, I'm saying like county jail at most. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Okay, but I'm just, I think the odds of that happening are not as low as what you're suggesting, I would say.
He just has too much money. He's going to be in county jail. He's going to pay his bail. He's going to be gone. That'll happen. Okay. I don't think he's going to go to prison. Maybe he'll like do tax evasion. Maybe.
Okay. Well, what odds? It could be anything. But if you were to give it 0 to 100% chance, what would you give it?
So we have 9 more months in the year, about 9 more.
I'd give it a 60% chance. 60% chance
that he goes to jail.
That he goes to jail.
As small as county jail. It could be any jail, county jail, or prison, anything.
I don't really know the levels of county to city or whatever. I'm just thinking it could be something as quick as a weekend if it had to be.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going with it. Like, I could see that. I could give it like a 60% chance with that. But I don't see him going to jail for like months, if not years.
A large social platform like Twitter will experience a massive privacy scandal.
Like Twitter, I think,
and I'm not just harping on Elon again here too. I think this could be like a Facebook type thing. I didn't want to write Meta. I feel like they were a little too big to have something like that happen, but I guess it could.
Well, my immediate thought was Blue Sky.
Oh, that'd be, obviously
because
I wouldn't like
a lot of people. Yeah, a lot
makes sense.
A lot of people moved over to Blue Sky because Twitter is dog shit, and I wonder how secure. So far nothing. But I wonder how secure they are for some just random Elon bootlicker to come over and
look at some Chinese guy. Yeah. Not that Chinese people just in general do that, but like, you know what I mean. Some like overseas hacker guy.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I guess that's not too unlikely.
Yeah.
Bruno Mars releases an album and wins Album of the Year. What do you think about that, Ben? Do you think that's likely? He hasn't released a solo album in quite some time.
He is a good singer, but all his songs, to me, most of his songs kind of sound samey. He doesn't really have much of a, like, he has a beautiful voice, but I don't, like, when I think of like a good...
I like his music quite a bit, personally.
Well, when I think of like a good vocal range, I think of someone like Ariana Grande. Like someone who can like do anything.
I'm not going to sit here and listen to you talk about how Ariana Grande has a wider vocal range than Bruno Mars. I don't even know if that's true or not. Maybe you're technically right, but I'm not going to. Bruno Mars hasn't done anything. He has a beautiful voice. Why are you? He goes high, he goes low.
But all his songs, every time he sings, it sounds the same as any other song.
Vocal range.
That is exactly what vocal range is. I'm saying none of his songs sound that different.
Between how low and high you can go, like in terms of pitch.
I'm saying that all.
You're saying the range in terms of like his variety.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I which I still would disagree with, especially after listening to like Silk Sonic and some of his more recent singles. But so you would say no.
I would say no. I don't think so. There's like a 30 to at most percent chance that he drops a album that is album of the year.
Okay. These next couple are pretty interesting. Okay, my God. One of the wars in either Ukraine or Palestine reaches a permanent ceasefire in 2025. You get either one.
No, well, it's not going to be Ukraine. Because
really, I think that would be the more likely one.
Well, it would be. So no, is the answer. Neither of them are going to reach a ceasefire.
Okay, this one you might. So we can move on from that one quickly because I think this one you'd probably want out of the rest of these options. Which, by the way, we have 4 more of these to go.
Okay.
So I don't know how long you want to make this. This next one you probably have the most to talk about. The Switch 2 will be a flop. This one I wrote will be a flop. And when I say flop, I mean like does not sell because like when a Nintendo releases a new console, it usually sells dummy, right?
No.
Go stupid. No?
It skips a generation. Every other generation sells like shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you would say yes.
Given the pattern, yeah. Given
Well, I don't think it like has too much to offer, right? It has like the magnets and it has like a better resolution, right?
Yeah, well, I think it's not going to sell Switch One numbers. Never. I mean, that's 140 million. That's like second to.
I thought it was the best of all time for like that year or whatever.
Well, I know it's. I think it's, as far as home consoles go, it's the second to PS2, and PS2 sold ridiculous numbers. It's not going to sell Switch numbers because it is just an upgraded Switch. It will sell well because the Switch or the Nintendo fans have become there are a lot more Nintendo fans due to the Switch.
What about just in terms of like user feedback? Like, what is the sentiment going to be around it?
Oh,
are people going to dislike it? Like it?
It's hard to say, but if the leaks are correct, people are going to really like it.
What about I mean, put a pin in that because I'm even kind of curious later to hear about like why you think people would actually really like it because I haven't really seen anything that would. Tell me
the leaks are saying it's better than like better than a Steam Deck, which is
just specs.
Pretty damn good specs wise, yeah, better than a Steam Deck. It doesn't have the fucking annoying bezel. Yeah, well,
okay,
well I can the Switch One was really cool because of the gimmick, but it was a shit console. It was worse, like specs wise, it was worse than the PlayStation or the Wii U, the console before it. If not, it may be on par, but I think it's actually worse. The reason that it sold well, in my opinion, is because it started with Breath of the Wild. They made a fucking fire ass game at the beginning, and then people bought it because they heard that game was innovative and beautiful and amazing and perfect. And then a bunch of people bought it, and then they just went all in on the Switch.
But can it play Doom?
Can it play Doom? That's the question. Barely that fucking console can hold. You can fucking smoking trying to play Doom. But what the Switch 2 needs is a good launch lineup. Is what I'm saying. People are thinking that maybe Mario Kart's going to be in the launch lineup.
I feel about
that might be good.
Halo is it just needs a good launch. It needs a good launch.
Well, Halo was supposed to be on Switch 2. Halo MCC. Wouldn't that be something?
All right. Yeah, that's that. We could talk about that for hours. Let's finish this up and then we can get back to that. All right, we got 3 more. Drake country album.
No,
you know, a lot of artists are pivoting the country. They're doing the whole switch.
He's gonna
Chappell around recently switched to country.
He's gonna be doing something that is like way more like kid oriented, like Kids Bop.
He's going to release his own Kids Pop album. That's too on. Imagine Drake comes out and he says, "Yeah, I'm just going to do it for you."
yeah, that'd be cool.
All right. A Regurgitated video will break 1,000 views.
Yeah. I think there's a CNS video that will break 1,000 views.
Really? If you were to predict which one?
I'll give you the number of that it's going to be. The number of release it would be either 4 or 5. One of those two. I
don't know what this off the top of my head, but I'll think about it later. All right, last one. Someone who subscribes after watching this video will find true love.
Gotta say no, probably not.
He has 0. You're fucked, buddy.
Yeah, sorry. Especially if we get no subscribers. Is that like a new? Can we? What if we get no subscribers?
That's a hotter take because 0 subscribers for the rest of the year.
Nah, CNS is too good right now. I think.
Fair
CNS
enough.
season 2 is too good.